Hey everyone, Jo here. In this session today, let's talk about how to set up your small business to be financially healthy. Now, you can do this whether you are just starting out, heading towards 6 figures or 7 figures, but the sooner that you do this and get really financially healthy in your business, the better it is for your future financial health. Now, this is a 5-part series, and by the end of the series, you will know what areas that you need to work on in order to get your business finances in order and ensure that you are in control of your money and not having your money control you. So for today, let's talk bank accounts, and in later sessions, we'll discuss a mindset around business finances, paying yourself as an employee, dealing with cash flow fluctuations, and ensuring that you keep your emphasis on the holy grail of profit. But before we get into the content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to ensure you get all my tips, techniques, and strategies for taking your money situation from chaos to clarity, whether that's in your business and personal finances or your money mindset. So, bank accounts. You don't need one if you are self-employed. In most countries, country to country, this is going to vary. But you do if you run your business through an incorporated business. I think they're LLCs in the US, and in the UK, there I'm talking about limited companies where you see the LTD after the name. In those circumstances, when you've incorporated your business, you do need a separate bank account because the money belongs to the business. It doesn't belong to you. Now, this actually comes as a shock to many small business owners who are running their business through this kind of setup. Once they've incorporated their business because they've been told that that's the thing to do, and often it is suitable for them, but they don't realize actually that the money doesn't legally belong to them. It legally belongs to the company, and there is quite a distinction. Now, whether you must have a bank account because of the way that you set up your business or you don't, even if you don't have to have one, you should have one. And it doesn't have to actually be a formal business account. Certainly here in the UK, it doesn't, as long as you use a separate account, because you just need to be having all your business finances separate. Now, if you talk to a bank manager, of course, they're going to tell you you need a formal business account because that's how banks make money. They will charge their business customers for having a business account. But even if you did have a business account, the amounts that you're being charged are only relatively small. So it's an expense that your business should be able to absorb. And you just have to count it as one of the normal business expenses that your business is going to suffer month in and month out. But regardless of whether you need one for legal reasons or not, it just makes really good sense to have a system for dealing with your business cash, whether that's cash inflows or cash outflows. Having a separate bank account for your business is the start of that system, that whole system of keeping everything organized and dealing with your business as a business. Because it is a pretty rookie mistake to keep your finances mingled together. It is very, very messy. Things get missed. There are expenses that you might miss, so you don't get to include them in your accounts or for your tax return. Therefore, you're missing out the tax benefit of having spent that money in your business. But also, you may end up spending more than you realize, particularly if you don't do monthly accounts within your business. If you're leaving everything to the year end when you're doing your tax return, you could have easily found that you've overspent and you didn't realize because everything was mixed in together. And you want to make sure that your business is profitable. And part of that system of keeping a check on what's coming in and out of your business, that can be done so much easier if you have a separate business bank account. And if you're audited by something like the IRS or HM Revenue and Customs, depending what country you're in, there will be a tax authority and they will investigate from time to time. Do you really want them delving into your personal account? And it's also easier when you are being audited to deal with that audit when everything is nice and neat and tidy and in one account. And the tax authorities can just verify everything nice and simply. You want to make their life as easy as possible in those circumstances. And having a bank account purely for your business transactions helps with that situation. You're also very much dealing with your business like a business owner by keeping everything separate. And that helps with a mindset point of view as well. I'll be talking more about that in a later session, but it does help from that mindset perspective. You can also have things like PayPal turned into a business account, and that is a very simple procedure. You can, if you log on to your PayPal account, if you do use it for incoming funds, then you're making it part of your business anyway. So turn it into a business bank account, log on to PayPal, and you will be able to find a section that will ask you a few questions about your business, and then it easily gets switched. And then any funds in your account can then just be moved from your PayPal account into your business account. And it becomes nice and streamlined that way. And along with your business account, of course, you should get a card that goes with it. So, you know, we use PayPal a lot. Well, a lot of businesses that I deal with, we deal with PayPal a lot, but the other way that we purchase expenses is using a card. And we don't want to be using our personal card. So keeping it nice and neat, having that separate bank account for our business allows us to have a separate card which we can use to make purchases that are for our business. Now, if you are good with credit and having credit cards, then you could get a business credit card, that's fine, but make sure that you are setting this up to pay off the balance each and every month. But for the most part, it's not necessary to have a business credit card. But if you do really want one, then make sure that you never, ever, ever carry a balance. That's not healthy for your business. You must be paying it off each and every month, but only get one if it makes sense for your business. But a debit card, a card that where the money's going to come straight out of your bank account, is sufficient for most small businesses. And you only use it for your business expenses, though. You know, you've got your personal card to come out of your for personal items to come out of your personal account. You've got your business card to buy business items to come out of your business account. The two are very much separate. And you can also register that business account card with your PayPal account for business transactions. So if you are using PayPal to buy something online, you can have it coming straight from your bank account, your business bank account, or out via that business debit card. Again, it's all just about keeping things separate. Then once you have your business account set up, there are just two things. One is to make sure that you check it every day. Make sure that there are no surprises in there. Now, this is a great money habit to form, and you can do this check. You can do it online or using an app on your phone at the same time as you do your personal bank checks. So that's a good, if you don't have that as a personal money habit, then that's a great one to develop, and you can bring that money habit together from both the business and the personal side of your finances. Just make sure you're checking each and every day. Don't dip into your business funds is number two. This is what you must remember. You know, even if you're a sole trader rather than a corporate business, think of yourself as an employee of the business. So it doesn't matter what you are in legal terms in relation to your business. Just think of yourself as an employee. Would you, if you had other employees, you were employing other people in your business, not just yourself, would you let another employee just dip into your funds each and every time, you know, you'd had a good month, maybe you'd sold quite a few courses or coaching packages, and there was a lot of funds in there? You're getting your wage, a regular wage as an employee, and we'll look at setting regular paychecks in a later session. But would you let any other employee dip into your business funds just because there was money in there and they thought, well, I could do with a little bit of a treat? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't let them just help themselves to cash. cash. So why should you, as an employee of your business, be allowed to dip into the funds? Remember, we need to be thinking of your business as a business with the funds separate. You're paying yourself a regular wage and dealing with cash flow fluctuations. And I'm covering both those topics in later sessions because I want to deliver these in bite-sized chunks rather than just giving you a whole load of information in one go. But when you've got your regular paycheck, yes, there are ways in which you can take extra funds out of your business when the business has done well, but we need to manage that and balance that in terms of cash flow. And like I said, we will be looking at those later. But for now, just remember that you shouldn't be dipping into those funds. No other employee would have been allowed to. So why should you, as an employee of the business, be allowed to do something that you just wouldn't want other employees doing? So then that's it for this step in setting up your small business to be financially healthy. So if you don't have a separate bank account for your business already, then look at setting one up. You might need some information to be able to do that. And I know in some parts of the States, you need to be registered as a business and you need to give them your tax ID. Sometimes they ask for your tax reference number in the UK as well. So if you've registered with HM Revenue and Customs in the UK, you will have a 10-digit tax reference number, a UTR, unique tax reference number. You might need that information to be able to set up your separate bank account if you're having an actual bank account rather than just a separate personal account. But there's not much more information that a bank is going to be asking you for. At this stage, it is a fairly easy process to set up that bank account. A lot of the time, you can even do this online. So look, if you haven't already, look at setting up that separate bank account and then ensure you are able to make purchases with a card from this account. Link it to PayPal if you use this regularly to pay for business items. And that's it for this part. And in the next session, I'll be exploring the money mindset of a small business owner in relation to creating a financially healthy business. So until then.